Most productivity advice does not work, and the problem is not you. Here is why many productivity hacks fail and what actually works better for your brain. Many popular productivity advice, such as working all day every day, sacrificing sleep, multitasking, does not work because it's not aligned with how our brain functions. Our brain has limits. Here are some common problems. When people say you should work all day every day, actually, neuroscience research has shown that people can stay highly focused for maximum 90 minutes. After 90 minutes of being focused on something, the focus will significantly drop. And if you try to push past those 90 minutes, you are just wasting time because you're not going to be focused. The better thing to do is to take a break. And this is something that science calls the ultradian rhythm. I talk about this focus ultradian rhythm a lot on my channel, so make sure to subscribe to see those other videos. But basically, working all day every day is not productive. It's better to follow the ultradian rhythm. Hack number 2 that doesn't work is multitasking. That is when people, for example, walk on a treadmill and respond to emails. Or maybe they code and at the same time they respond to messages to their friends. What happens when you do multitasking is actually the brain switches from one task to another. And each time you switch from one task to another, you lose the focus, and it takes 10 to 20 minutes to regain the focus. So every time you try to multitask, you actually lose focus, and then you lose time that it takes to regain the focus. So if you're working on tasks that require you being focused and concentrated, it's better to do one thing at a time. Hack number 3 that doesn't work is relying on motivation. Those are things like you will do anything if you're motivated, there are no excuses. Actually, that doesn't respect our brain chemicals. We don't work on motivation and willpower. We actually function thanks to dopamine. So we do activities in order to get a reward. And the reward is produced in our brain by giving us dopamine, which is going to make us happier. So basically, you do an action A, and the brain in response will reward you with dopamine. That is why people who are depressed, their chemicals in the brain are messed up. Better thing to do instead of trying to push super hard is to go to the doctors and see how you could bring those chemicals back in place. These are the 3 most common productivity hacks that actually don't work. And here are some of the things you could do instead. First of all, focus on your energy, not on time that you spend working. You want to make sure to synchronize tasks that you do with your brain energy and focus. The best thing, what works for most of the people, is to do hard, deep focus tasks in the morning because that's when we have the most energy. From 1 to 3 p.m., the energy usually crashes, and that is when it's better to do shallow work, such as responding to emails or doing some admin. After 4 p.m., the energy will bounce back, and that is the time when you can be doing some creative work. So the first thing is manage your energy, not only your time. Hack number 2 is implement systems rather than relying on motivation. Knowing when you would be doing something, where and what, is actually shown by neuroscience research and makes it more likely for people to commit to doing something. So if you know when, where and what, you're more likely to do it. That is why you want to take your calendar and to put what you would be doing, when and where. In my own example, let's say Monday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm going to the library and I'm going to be doing the YouTube video recording. So I have my when, where and what. Number 3 is implement your own reward system. I already mentioned that when we do an action A, the brain will reward us with dopamine. However, for many important tasks we want to do, we won't get this reward immediately. For example, if you want to lose weight, your reward would be to be fit. However, becoming fit might take 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and you need to wait for that time to get the reward. That is why you want to pair the activity of going to the gym, that is going to make you fit, with something that is going to give you a dopamine faster, maybe listening to your favorite music. So you want to make sure to understand how the dopamine works in the brain and to implement your own reward system rather than relying on external rewards. And tip number 4 is to take care of your environment. Our brain reacts to everything that is happening in the environment. You get a message notification, your brain is going to react. You see clutter on your desk, your brain is going to be distracted. That is why you want to make sure to set up the cues in your environment that are going to make you more likely to do a task and less likely to procrastinate. Let's say when I want to record YouTube videos, I set up my camera because that is the cue from the environment. It's time to create videos. I hope you enjoyed this video and you understood why most productivity hacks don't work. The take-home message is to listen to your body and to your brain and to work together with it, not against it. If you want a productivity system that is built and personalized for you, you can sign up for my coaching. To learn more about the coaching, you should schedule a discovery call by clicking on the link in the description down below. So you click on that link and you schedule your discovery call. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I see you in some of my other videos.